Welcome to this next segment of Manifestation Mondays with Marcy. I'm Marcy Newman, your host, also known as the Heart Shift Coach, and I'm here today to talk about how to accelerate your manifestation. In other words, how to go from low gear to high gear and really get the job done. So, as I begin this, I want you to know that every single one of us, no matter how long we have been manifesting, needs to implement these accelerators from time to time. And the reason for that is that we're living here in real life, right? Life where we are bombarded with all kinds of energies and distractions. So what happens, particularly when we're so distracted from what it is that we want to create? Aside from, of course, our view going in many other different directions, the energy is unclear. And one thing that we know about manifestation is that the energy that is clear and concise gets the job done faster than energy that is confused or lagging behind. It's not getting the food or the fuel that it needs to go forward. So this happens, as I said, to all of us. And so it really depends on what else is happening in your life, but also in your ability to discern the energy. And the reason that I say this is that there are many times where I will suddenly realize, oh my goodness, what am I doing? Why am I allowing myself to get distracted so much that I have completely stopped feeding the energy that I know has the capacity to create what I want, and instead I'm feeding energy of experiences that I definitely don't want. So you're not alone. You're not alone in having this happen, and you're also not alone in the fact that, as I said, it happens to all of us. But what is offered to all of us, to each of us, is to create this keener awareness about when we are off track. So I want to talk about how to shift from low gear to high gear, and we're going to use it more in the terms of vibrational frequency. So I know that you have heard me talk about energy that's dense, right? So let me just clarify for you what that is. Energy that's dense is energy that has very little light in it. Or, to break it down even more, it's energy that is not getting fed by you, fed by the light that is actually part of you, the food, the fuel, and it comes from your heart. You see, there's a huge difference between energy that comes from your head as opposed to energy that comes from your heart. Energy that comes from your heart is soul-based. It is connected to source, and so it is part of that extension of creative energy. Comes right straight through you. So that energy that comes directly through your heart into the extension out into your field, well, that energy is supercharged. It's pure. It is very integrous. In other words, there's very little contamination. So the pure that we can have that direct route from our heart into the field, well, what we know is it will take us into high gear. It is how manifestation happens faster and faster and faster. So energy that is dense is energy that's lacking the light, the communication, the language of love. Love is the energy of creation. So it becomes more and more dense the further and further away from source it becomes. And so let's just take a look at the geography, okay? The heart, which is where your connection to source is closer to source than your head is. Your head is much further away. And as I said, the closer that it is to source, the purer it is, the more integrous it is. So it is jam-packed, full of potential to create what it is that you want. Now, the energy, of course, that is filled with light travels at the speed of light. And so what we want to do is keep our focused energy on feeding that frequency, the vibrational frequency that has the potential to create what you want. So I'd like to use this as an example. If you are, if you're wanting to go to a Chinese restaurant, for instance, you've been, just jonesing for some, fried rice or whatever, broccoli and black bean sauce, whatever it is that is your favorite dish. And you've been thinking about it, and you keep looking at your watch and saying, oh, I can't wait to be able to go later on and get that. I just can't wait to dive in. And your friend says, look, I would love to get together tonight, and let's go to this restaurant that has a number of different cultural offerings, right? And I'm sure that they will have fried rice on their menu. And you decide that you really want to spend time with your friend, but of course you really want that Chinese food also. And you say, okay, so rather than going to the Chinese restaurant, you decide, I'll go with you, with your friend, and you go to this restaurant that offers, like I said, a number of different cultural options. Now, you go to the restaurant, and what is served to you is, yes, fried rice, but it in no way, no leap of the imagination is as good as the fried rice that you were salivating for all day long from your favorite Chinese restaurant. What has happened? You've gotten the Chinese food, right? You've gotten the fried rice. But what you've done is you've taken the energy away from where you know that you're going to have the best results, meaning the restaurant that you know that is going to prepare that dish exactly as you want it to be. And instead you got distracted and you decided to go to this other restaurant that also had fried rice on its menu, but it's not its specialty. So what you've experienced here is the result of distraction, right? The result of essentially confusing the energy so that the response that you got was not really up to par for you. But you also gave mixed messages to the universe. Now remember, the universe always responds in experiences. So you gave it mixed messages, and the result that you got was a mixed message result. Now, am I saying that was good or bad? Nope. That evening with your friend could have been much more valuable than satiating that need for the fried rice or the Chinese food from your favorite restaurant. But under those circumstances, you, of course, need to realize that it was a trade-off. You decided that you wanted to be with your friend more than you wanted the food. That's cool, right? I mean, it's awesome. Your friend was offering you time to, be together and have that, one-on-one time that you also had been waiting to have. So no good, no bad, no right, no wrong, only results. And so you begin to ask yourself the question, what is the result that I want? If the result is completely satisfied because you got that wonderful time with your friend, then you've really just done what? You have achieved a wonderful manifestation because you have followed your heart and found that you had this wonderful time with your friend. You got mediocre fried rice, but that's okay. You can get the specialty fried rice at another time. So what I want you to take from this is that it's the orientation of your energy that has the ability to really determine the results of your manifestation. An accelerated path under those circumstances would have been to do what? To get your Chinese food, go directly to the specialty shop, get the special dishes that you wanted, and make other plans with your friend. That would have been the most direct manifestation of what you wanted at that time. When you changed your mind and said that you wanted time with your friend more than the Chinese food, more than the specialty fried rice, you pivoted and you now put your energy in another direction and you achieved it. You had a wonderful time with your friend, and in that wonderful time with your friend, you also had some fried rice. So again, I want you just to recognize that everything is coming through you. You are in direct control of the results of everything that you want and desire. And again, remember this, there's no good, there's no bad, there's no right, there's no wrong. As a creator, you are meant to change direction based on what your heart is yearning for. And your heart is going to change its yearning. So, what do you do to accelerate manifestation? You simply stay on the route energetically that will take you fastest into the realm of where that energy is that has the capability of producing what it is that you want to experience. I know that that was a very simplistic explanation, but I think you're getting the picture here on how essential it is. Say you want to manifest something of, a greater substance. Your job is to stay integrous energetically with that manifestation. And as the distractions come up, you simply weigh them out. And you start to ask yourself the questions, would I rather this or would I rather that? No judgment. No good, no bad, no right, no wrong. Would I rather this or rather that? And as you're asking yourself those questions and perhaps changing your direction, what's important to know is that you will not manifest as quickly that original desire. And here's very often what people forget about. They forget that from the moment that they started that manifestation project, they got distracted. They turned in different directions. Does it mean that that manifestation will never come to fruition? No, it doesn't. But what it does mean is that it's going to take a much longer time. So when it doesn't happen immediately, or even within the realm of what you think it should have, just start to ask yourself, where did I divert my gaze? Where did I start looking elsewhere? How was I redirecting my energy in a way that took away from that desire? This is really the whole key. Being able to simply observe yourself, tweak the energy where it needs to be tweaked, and give yourself lots of permission to simply experience life, because that's how we are meant to live. So with that, of course, I'm going to leave you with an affirmation. And today's affirmation is, I am the creator of everything I experience. All energy extends through me until it finds its mark. Okay, so much love to you. Have fun with this one. Go out and practice. It's really worth your while. Alrighty, until next time, have a wonderful Manifestation Monday.